sorry, but as an immigrant, you're kind of held to a higher standard. They can send you back to your country. The people that are here, they're already there in their own country. They don't have much to lose like you. It doesn't pay off to do anything illegal. Don't even think about it. Hi guys, welcome or welcome back to my channel. I've been wanting to make this video for a long time, but I just haven't had the time because I've been like super busy this semester. I'm batch creating right now, so I'm just like, okay, let me just do it and get it over with. So in this video, I'm going to be talking about credit system, specifically in America. So if you are an international student coming here and you want to know what this credit system is about, this video is for you. As much as I can, I'm going to try to break it down into very simple points. So when you get here, it kind of makes more sense because it will make more sense by the time you start applying it in real life. So before we get into it, please give this video a thumbs up. Please also subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you're notified every time I post a new video. Now, what's the credit system? You know what it means to get something on credit, right? You get it and then you pay for it in installments. That's basically what the credit system here in America is. You must have heard of something like having a credit card. A credit card is different from having a debit card, okay? A debit card is like the one that your bank issues to you. A credit card is given to you by a credit company. So there are different types of credit companies here. There is American Express, there's Capital One, there's Discover. Those are the three main ones I know. Those credit card companies give you a credit card. So that credit card is like a loan and you use it to pay for different things. But at the end of the month, you have a billing cycle that you pay back. Now, it may not make sense to you as to why you need to borrow money or you need somebody to lend you money and then you use it to do different things and then pay it back. But by the time you get here and you want to start applying for different things, like maybe looking for a place to stay, place to pay rent, all that stuff, then you see the importance of having a credit history. So the essence of a credit history is to ascertain that you are a trustworthy person. If you're an international student, you want to make sure that your credit score is very good. Almost everything you do here is determined by your credit score, right? If you want to, let's say, get a phone plan now, a monthly plan and all that, or you want to buy Wi-Fi for your house or internet, they do a soft credit check. If you want to rent somewhere, they do a soft credit check. If you want to buy a car, they do a soft credit check. If you want to buy a phone, a laptop, something, right? Especially if you're buying it in stuff from like a physical store, they always do a soft credit check. So if you don't have a credit score that's good enough, sometimes people might not be eager to give you things because they're like, okay, no, we don't know you, we don't trust you. But there are still ways to get around that as an international student. So the first thing you need to do is actually apply to get a credit card. So now you can go to Discover. Discover is really good for students. Capital One is also good for students. And then American Express. I personally use Discover. So you get a credit card from them. And they usually ask you softball questions on the website when you apply. And then it depends on how much they think they can give to you. So sometimes Discover might give you, like, let's say, a credit card with, let's say, $2,000 on it, or they could give you $1,500 on it, or they give you $1,000. You know, it just depends on what they give you. But whatever you're given, make sure that you use it very wisely and judiciously. Okay. The next step is determining what to actually use your credit card to do. Don't use your credit card to be like going to parties and be doing foolish things and spending the money on frivolities. Okay, don't do that. It's possible to do that occasionally. Your priority for your credit card spending should be on your bills. So when you pay your utility bills, that's maybe your light bill, your water bill, your rent, or rent is a stretch, but let's say light bill or your water bill, you need to use your credit card to do things like that. Or even buying gas. If you have a car, use your credit card to buy gas. Sometimes credit companies or credit card companies will offer you cash back because they usually have an app. Like Discover has an app now, and sometimes they offer me cash back when I use my credit card to buy gas for my car or something like that. Do you understand? So use it to pay your bills, actual bills, not like buying pizza and buying food and all that. You could use it to do grocery shopping. That's also considered in some cases considered a bill. So maybe from like a Walmart, from like an Aldi, or just from any grocery store around you. Make sure you use it judiciously so that they see that you're actually using it to do things that irresponsible adults would do. If you're spending that money strictly on your bills, then they're going to see that, okay, this person is, sensible. That's the way you start building your credit score. Okay. And then you also have to remember that at the end of every month, you have a billing cycle. So let's say you spent $100 on your bills by using your credit card, right? You use your credit card to pay your water bill, your light bill, your groceries, and your gas money for car. Let's say the sum total is $100, right? At the end of the month, you have to pay back a certain amount. You mustn't pay back the entire $100. The credit card company will tell you how much you pay back, right? They will send you an e-statement, right? Like that's to your email. Sometimes they'll mail the statement to your house, or sometimes you can just check it in the app. Okay, so let's say you spent $100. Your minimum payments for every month could be something like $60, or maybe something like $30, or even $40. Do you understand? So it just depends on how much you are required to pay. Make sure that you at least pay the minimum and don't miss your payment dates. Okay, if you miss your payment dates and you start to owe, then that drops your credit score. Does that make sense? So that's why I said that you need to use your credit card judiciously. Only spend what you know that you can pay back. Even if you max out your credit card, you still have a monthly minimum payments that you can pay back every month. Does that make sense? Something else you need to know about credit scores is how they actually do the scoring. So if your credit score is considered as good or fair from like 650 and up, so 650, 680, 700, 750, 800, like that, you keep going up like that, right? That's considered fair or good, right? It's really good when it's like in the 700s and in the 800s. Now, once it's below 650, or let's say below 600, and you're getting to like 500, 400, 300, 200, that's not too good. But as an international student, if you're just coming, don't worry too much about it, because you still have years, especially if you're going to settle down here, you still have years to make sure that your credit score goes up. And that's why you need to limit your credit card spending to just your bills and your utilities. So you want to make sure that your credit score doesn't go below 650 or even 670, because even if you're broke, having a good credit score will really open doors for you. It will help you to have access to things. If your credit score is low, you won't have access to things. Even if you have enough money to pay for rent every month, if your rent is like 1.5 or 2K a month, even if you have enough money to do that, sometimes the people who are renting might not want to allow you to rent there or to stay there, because they're like, your credit score is bad, so why should we trust that you'll be able to pay your rent even when you have the money? So it's not just about like having money. You also need to make sure that you adhere to the systems that have been created so that you don't miss out on certain opportunities, especially if you're an immigrant. Okay, sorry, but as an immigrant, you're kind of held to a higher standard. So don't follow people who don't have good credit scores and be being buddy with them. They don't have much to lose like you. They can send you back to your country. The people that are here, they're already there in their own country. So you're held to a higher pedestal. So you need to always make sure that you're at least 2 steps ahead, and make sure that you're following the rules at all times. Okay? It doesn't pay off to do anything illegal. Don't do it. Don't even think about it. Another thing you need to know about coming here, or like just having a credit score in general, is your identity. So make sure that you hold your cards carefully. Make sure that you don't put your cards into suspicious websites, okay? Because if people get a hold of it and get a hold of your identity, they can max out your credit card, steal your identity, and mess up your credit score. So if your credit score is messed up, remember what I said, you won't have access to certain things. So make sure that you hold everything dearly: your social security number, your credit cards, your debit cards, all those things. Hold them very tightly. Don't just give out your information willy-nilly. In this country, I'm telling you, you think scamming in Nigeria is bad. Wait till you come here and every day you're getting scam calls or you're getting scam emails, right? When you get calls like that, make sure that you block them immediately. Let me even say this. So there are some banks that if somebody's trying to use your debit card somewhere, they send you a fraud alert text on your phone, and they will say, okay, reply yes or no if this is you. And if you reply no, like it's not me, they call you immediately and they're like, okay, we're going to block your card for you. So they're very like quick with anything fraud here. So you need to be proactive. Okay, if you're using DoorDash and all those things, make sure that you remove your card information or any personal information from websites that are not very trustworthy. I'm saying this because this has happened to me before. Somebody used my card from DoorDash. I don't know how. I don't know how they got my card details. Used my card and was trying to spend money in it. Thankfully, I don't put in that particular bank. I don't really put money in there. So I went to my bank. I told them to freeze the card, like block it. So they blocked it, and then they gave me a new one. Unfortunately, the same thing happened with my new one. I don't understand it anymore. But that's neither here nor there. Just make sure that you keep your personal information to yourself so nobody steals your credit score. And those things, also keep them to yourself, okay? Don't be telling people, if you have a good credit score, it's like maybe 700 or something. Don't be telling people, oh, my credit score is good, this, that. You don't know what people are planning to do. A lot of people, they don't have good interest for you, okay? So if you have something good that's for yourself, make sure that you keep it to yourself. Don't let people take advantage of that. Some banks may offer you a credit card. That's not abnormal for them to do that. So if your bank is offering you a credit card, you might want to think deeply about it before you actually accept it, okay? I don't know what the parameters are for accepting credit cards from banks. I know my bank offered me one, but I told them no because I already had one, and I was like, no, I just want to learn how to manage one first before I start, having another credit card. So make sure that you have just one. One is fine for a start, especially if you're not sure of what to do. Just have one for a start, and then when you get older, when you settle down and whatnot, then you can have another one. That's that for this video. If you have any other questions about the credit system and whatnot, let me know in the comments below. There are a lot of things you can do here on credit. Like, people buy gadgets on credit, right? You just pay every month. That's the beauty of being in a more advanced society, I guess. There are downsides to it, but there are also upsides to it because you have access to, that's the thing, just having access, it takes you really far. So let me know if you guys have anything else to say in the comments below. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. Don't forget to also subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you'll be notified every time I post a new video, and I will catch you in the next one.